First of all, let me start off by expressing my great gratitude to Mike and the whole family of d10e to be here in this beautiful country of Romania, which is new to Fluz. And actually the day yesterday was full of learning opportunities and networking opportunities. We deeply appreciate being here. Thank you very much for that. So, guys, let's jump right into Fluz. What is our model and why was it born? In fact, we came a long way from South America to showcase a simple model, yet at the same time rewarding and intuitive for customers and for consumers all over the world in order for you to see what it's like. Why was Fluz born? Fluz was born with the intention to improve the income situation of the average household. By doing what? By just consuming what consumers did before and generating passive income on top of everyday household spending. By which mechanism? Fluz bundles the purchasing power of consumers, shifts thereby the bargaining power from consumers towards consumers, and gives everyone the opportunity to build, to invite one social network into a consumer network as such. So Fluz, what does it do? It gives you the opportunity to bundle your everyday household consumption with the consumption of other consumers, respecting the diversity of everyone's purchase and generating cashback revenues for the consumption that you and your network would do. Fluz is an up-and-running company. We started in Colombia at the beginning of this year, in January 2017. Right now we are having around 40,000, a little bit more than 40,000 active users who are participating in that model, seeing cashback revenues coming right towards them. Fluz goes, negotiates discounts with some of these retail partners that are being shown here on this slide, international companies, local companies, companies that make up retail spaces that make up everyday consumption of the people, basically. And then Fluz goes, after bundling the purchasing power, and redistributes the cashback networks on the consumers, generating real and tangible passive income for the people participating in this model. So right now we're operating with more than 200 retail partners from all sorts of consumption categories, as I've seen, and planning the launch into the world's largest consumer market, which is the United States. We have seen that the Fluz model has had commercial success, commercial traction in Colombia, and are now ready to take this model to a next level by building up a global consumer network. So for the first time, consumers will have the opportunity to bundle their purchasing power on a global level and generating cashback revenues. As we are in the reward space, and as Fluz, for the functioning of its model, employs a mechanism of digital gift cards, which are the payment means within our network structure, we see a value of employing blockchain technology for various aspects of our business model. First of all, as we are in the reward space, in the cashback reward space, it is quite an intuitive and straightforward approach, and in fact we're seeing many blockchain enterprises around tokenizing of the reward space, and this is basically going to be at the heart of Fluz as well, allowing for tradability of rewards, allowing for a fluent accumulation and redemption within fiat, within crypto, of the rewards that come from normal and everyday consumption. So that's a quite easy straight win, we would say. On the other hand, the digital gift cards as such provide a great opportunity in getting them to the blockchain and utilizing some of its advantages in terms of issuance, in terms of security, in terms of transparency, normal aspects that we see, for instance, in mature markets like the United States, where the digital gift cards do have some security caveats, etc. All of this can be resolved by the blockchain, where our company is going towards. We are an off-chain company. We launched in a traditional big commerce environment and are bringing this now to the United States in the blockchain. We chose to employ a crowd sale mechanism in order to launch the business in the US consumer market and at the same time open the global consumer cashback. Why did we do so towards other mechanisms of funding? We see our token holders, and now we're getting into the logic of token holders and seat holders, in fact, premier seat holders. We see them as the first advocates and multipliers of our decentralized consumer network. So it makes all sense of the world for us to have thousands of consumers participating and multiplying the model straight from the start. So the token opportunity is geared around the following scenario. Fluz is offering, through the Fluz token, the possibility to acquire premier network seats. Premier network seats means to be among the origin, means to be among the genesis of the newly formed global consumer network. Some people, and we're careful with this language, obviously some people say it's almost a no-brainer. I can be part of an initial around 16,000 premier seats on a tier 1 tier 2 distinction, whereas subsequent consumers from all over the world, initially the United States with its millions of consumer markets, will join this network, feeding through their consumption into the cashback revenues of the premier seat holders. Important aspects in Fluz to mention: everyone makes money without exception. There is no buy-in. It is not a multi-level marketing company where consumers invest or anyone goes out with a negative balance, so to speak. So each consumer has a possibility to build up a network of 65,536 customers. The premier seat holders right now enabled to activate their seats through a token sale are going to be among the origin and are going to be among those who have the fastest path towards cashback revenues. In what magnitude, people might say? Well, cautious about it, depends on the consumptions, but several thousands of dollars on a monthly basis in crypto or fiat are not something uncommon if everyone and anyone does the math by his or himself. So this being said, time is running out. Our company is backed up by serial entrepreneurs from the big commerce world, same as our board advisors. They're all managing companies that go in the billions of GMV, and we are solidly funded from our initial setup and now using this mechanism to go full speed into the US. Thank you very much for attending.
Any 10-second questions and answers? No? Yeah?
I like that you took the time to explain the blockchain elements of the new model, updated model. I guess I have a question about this part. Once you're a Premier Seed member or second tier one, what's the transition process for the future? I get that the initial buyers of the tokens are going to have these sort of node positions. What happens a year from now? I mean, is there a bidding war for these seats, or?
Exactly, very good point, and I'll take just a
30-second answer.
30 seconds to explain this. So once the seats are occupied, they are going to be biddable, as you said, sellable and biddable on something which we will set up as a private exchange. So I'm going to be enabled to put a specific price and individual price to my seat, and the potential buyer will come in and say, I'm ready to buy this seat, but I'm not going blind into the negotiation. I will see in the blockchain the historic performance of the seat and the cashbacks that are coming in. So based on this information, I'll be able to price the seat from my side. And then I can say, oh, I have a community of 500 people that I'm ready to bring on top of that seat. So my future expected value of the seat is higher than the one that you are offering to me, so we make a deal.
Thank you so much.